Yo, Liam here, and I am very excited for today's video because I have hit 250 subscribers on my Minecraft with Liam YouTube channel, which is a big deal because that's a quarter of the way to 1,000. And I know I usually make big videos at every 100. For 100, I did my room tour plus my setup, and for 200 subscribers, I did my resource pack video. I have something big planned for 300. And I know what that is, but 250, it's kind of in between those. It's kind of in between the milestones, in my opinion, if that's a good way to put it. So I'm not going to do something really over the top today. But one question I get comments about a lot, who people will come in my stream and ask, is, what are your settings for this? Oh, like, what do you have on your second monitor while I'm streaming? What are your Minecraft settings? What's your mouse DPI? A bunch of settings questions. So today's video, I'm going to call the Ultimate Settings video, and it's basically going to be an Ultimate Settings guide of how I set up everything. So I have it on my second monitor over here. What we're going to do in today's episode, we're going to go through my Twitch setup, my OBS settings, my Minecraft settings, my recording settings, how I edit my videos, and then finally my Razer settings, such as how I have my mouse and keyboard configured, and that should be it for the video. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and throughout this intro, I've had annotations on the, this side of the screen right up here, and there'll be a playlist, or there'll be times in the description if you're on mobile. I don't know why you'd be watching this type of video on a mobile device, but they'll be down there in a thing in the description, so just click on those, since you don't get annotations, and let's start off with my Twitch settings. So this is a look right here of what my second monitor looks like when I'm live streaming. So as you can see, the game is on my first monitor right now, and it's basically in full screen, which is why you can see it over here. But okay, so in this top left corner we have OBS. This is what I use to live stream. Down here in the bottom left, we have the donation stream tip alert. So when someone gives me a donation, I'm able to read these off. And then on the right side of my screen is Google Chrome. And I'm going to go through all these and show you how they all work and what they all do and stuff like that. So we might as well start off with my Google Chrome. This is what I use to view the stream, see how many people are viewing. The number of viewers gets shown like right where my mouse is right here. I can check my follower count there. That's how many total views my channel has had. All the chat appears right here. So I have the game on my monitor, which is to my right of this monitor, and I can look in the chat and see what's going on here and all that stuff. This usually isn't in the way, and I usually have the stream paused so it doesn't create any additional buffer. Over here in the second tab, this is my MooBot. A lot of people hate MooBot, but this is what it looks like if you've never seen it before. This is the event log. This is like stuff like when I open polls through raffles appears here. The chat, this is just like the chat, and this is where I can see all the uncensored stuff that you guys say that gets banned. This is where I create the polls. If I want to create a poll, such as like, should we do SG or UHC, I'll do that, and it'll open the poll, and it'll put, it will usually put something in the chat that says like, a poll has been opened by MC with Liam. I think it should at least. Let's check. Okay, yeah, it should have said something, but I guess it didn't feel like it. So let me just reset that and close it. Okay. Nothing should be there now. And then the raffle, I can just open that up and you guys can do exclamation point raffle and raffle for whatever. On this tab, I usually have it open to my YouTube channel. Bam, 250 subscribers up there, as you guys can see. So yeah, nothing special. I usually just have this tab open to check my subscriber count mid-stream. And then this is my stream tip dashboard, and I use this to just like look at recent tips or whatever. You need this open to be able to use the alerter to work, and I think that's how it is. You need to be logged in, which I am, so you need, in order to get this running down here. So that's pretty much the Twitch side of things. Now we're going to go through all the plugins that go into OBS, and then we'll get to the actual OBS settings. So we'll start we'll start up here in the overhead. The timer is the first thing, and this is a plugin called Snaz. You can just, all these plugins are free. You can just download them off the internet. They aren't complicated, And when you open it, it opens up this thing right here, and it looks like this. So basically how it works, up here I can insert how much time I want to stream. So let's say I'm doing a 3-hour live stream. I enter it in for 3 hours, and I add 1 second at the end. So when it starts, it always has a second of delay, so it starts right there. Now, if you notice, when I hit start, the live output here matches what's up in the corner of the screen. That's because this code of text right here is plugged into right here. This is a text folder where it goes to. You have to use a text from file thing in order for this to work. And you copy that into this, and then that appears up there, if that makes sense. So I'm going to stop that at the moment and just minimize that. Top donor and recent donor, whenever somebody donates, I have a couple files on my computer from, what is it, Tip Alert? I think that's what it's called, that automatically update. That's the name of the file for the top donor, and that's the name of the file for the recent donor. If you download Tip Alert, those automatically come with it. Oh, Stream Tip, sorry, that's what it's called. Okay, the follower goal. This one's a bit complicated. So it goes to a folder, but it's kind of a bit different. You might have seen this black box down here and wonder what it is. Now it doesn't change when I switch tabs. That's because it's a whole different thing. If I hit return to config, we get this giant thing that looks like this. And basically what this is whenever somebody, like, you can use, this could be a thing that lets people get notified whenever you get a follower, but I just use it for the follower goal here. I can set it up here. So let's say I'm doing a short stream and I only want 5. Set it to 5, hit start, bam, we're at 5. Let me just set that back to 10 for next time though. Okay, and see, it goes to 10. Whenever somebody follows, the document that this thing is hooked up to automatically updates, and that's pretty cool. The IP, if we go to properties, I just have to change this manually. So if I wanted to do like hivemc.eu, I just have to type it in manually. There's no real way or cool plugins you can do to get around that, mcgamer.net. Okay, donation alert. You need a plugin for follower and donation alert. You need a plugin called CLR Browser Configuration. It might just be CLR Browser. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, just CLR Browser. If you look that up on the internet, and all these plugins I'll have in the description below. If you go to plugins, you need to go to Tip Alert, which is a Night Dev plugin, and you have to copy this giant code in here. And if you add this at the end, and preview equals true, it'll test it out. That was way too loud. Hold on. Let me turn that down. Alright, that was way too loud. So that's the song Bills for you. Okay, this one's going to be a bit shorter. I didn't know it'd be that loud. If I go to follow alert, it does the same thing. And preview equals true. And the famous smoke weed every day thing comes up. So let me just get rid of that. Did I get rid of the donation alert thing? I hate how this thing isn't long. Okay, yes, I did. Okay, let's go through some other things. The song. This is, the song name is displayed down here. I use a program called Snip, and that's just another one of those things that you gotta get from the Snip thing. You just copy into there. You can look up YouTube videos to figure this all out. So when I play my song, Snip is configured to iTunes, so it automatically, whatever I'm listening to is put in the corner. If I want to switch the song, I can just do that. So I'm just going to pause that so you guys can hear me. The stream overlay, that's basically this thing. That's what it looks like when it's away, so let me add that back. The face cam is obvious. I just have that hooked up to my face cam. That's the name of the device. I'll show you guys what I use in a sec. My face cam's 720p, 30 FPS, and it uses the Razer Kraken, but I don't have, I don't use my webcam mic for that. I use my Razer Kraken. The properties, the Minecraft, I just have it set to Minecraft 1.8. Pretty obvious, that's how you're viewing the game. And then the Twitch artwork, so if I minimize Minecraft over on this monitor, oh no, wait, no, it will still be open if I minimize it. So if I were to, yeah, if I were just to exit out of Minecraft in general, like let's say I go like this. Okay, it's not working. There's just a piece of artwork behind it that I can use. So if I go through these, recording, when I do a stream recording, my game isn't full screen, by the way. It's only like most of the way full screen. If I'm stream recording, I'll do full screen and I just have my face cam there. This is what I go to when I gotta be right back. This is what comes up when I gotta go to the bathroom midstream or if I gotta do anything else. This is if I have to make an announcement. Usually this is used for update videos or when I go live. If I ever just feel like recording my face cam on OBS, I use this. And monitor capture with face cam. For this one, I usually just move the face cam around wherever I need to. The last time I used this was for the summer schedule thing. I might have forgotten to mention, for these are both images I created myself. They're just links. You can make them bigger, smaller, whatever you want. This basically just uses some of the same plugins. That is actually just a bunch of text, and you can set it to scroll in the OBS settings. So that is it for that. So I might as well stop the preview. So I'm going to go up here to settings. Okay, we're going to go through my settings profile for streaming on Twitch. So if I go to encoding, this is a big one. I keep my max bitrate at 3500. Basically, the higher the bitrate, the better the quality looks. 3500 is what I've gotten the best results with for people even with bad internet. If I go higher than that, it causes my CPU to become like really intense. Like it needs a lot of CPU power and then it just doesn't work as well. And it's still, people are still able to view it. If I go to broadcast settings, that's just pretty much stuff. If my Twitch ever goes down, it'll automatically reconnect in 3 seconds. Okay, if I go to video, the base resolution for my monitor is 1920 by 1080, but the resolution downscale is 720p. So that means you guys watch it in 720p, even though it's coming from my computer in 1080p. And I stream in 60 FPS. That's why it looks a lot smoother. My audio, I use my desktop. My desktop device is my Razer Kraken 7.1. I didn't mess with any of that stuff. And it's the same microphone I use for everything. Hotkeys. The only one I have is to stop the stream, and that's F9. And advanced, I don't really think I messed with any of that. Browser, microphone gate. Yeah, I didn't use any of that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go general. And another thing I might add, I have my microphone at 20% and my system volume at 100%. I don't know. These are just the results that people have said work. So with that, I still need to go over my Minecraft settings. So I'm going to go over that next. Alright, so now we're going to go through my Minecraft settings. So if I go over here to options, yes, this is the one with shaders. My FOV is at 95. Hold on, wait. Maybe I might want to go into a world here, just to do this. I don't know. Okay, so if I go to options, the difficulty is up here, which is easy. My FOV is 95. It's just what I like. All of these are what I like. There's not, like, it's your personal preference, but some people like to copy others. I have capes turned on, but other than that, I don't really mess with those. Super secret settings, those just change the game. I have the master volume at 100. Music and weather are off, and so are jukeboxes and note blocks. And everything else is at 100. I can just tune Minecraft down in my system volume. Broadcast settings, I do not mess with these. I already just showed you guys my Twitch settings. I don't use the built-in ones to Minecraft. Video settings are the big one. Everyone loves to talk about video settings. Since I have a better computer, here's what I use. My graphics are on fancy. I have 8 render distance. My smooth lighting is on maximum. I have unlimited frames. My smooth lighting is at 100. View bobbing is off. GUI scale is normal if I made it large or auto. Dang, that was big. Okay, so now we're back at normal. Use VBOS. I've heard that if this is on, it creates it makes it so much, your FPS just skyrockets. I don't know why mine was off. Brightness, everyone keeps it at bright. Alternate blocks off. Fog off. And by the way, I do have Optifine installed. I probably forgot to mention that. If you're watching this to learn how to boost your FPS, get Optifine. It's one of the easiest mods to install, and It just works really well, and it doubles your FPS pretty much. So fog is off. My fog's at 0.2, but it's off anyway. 3D and a glyph is off. I don't know what that is. Quality, clear water's on, and we have all this stuff. You can pause it now to take a look at that. Details, clouds are off, sky is on, sky and moon are on, trees are at default, dropped items are on fancy, capes are on, stars are off, and rain and snow is off, and cloud height is off. Performance, I don't really know what most of these do, but you can pause it and set use of that if you think it's good. I have every animation on. You could turn them all off if you wanted. And these are pretty just standard. Just keep it like that. Oh, I do have weather off because weather's annoying. Okay, now if I go to controls, my sensitivity is at 100. I use my system to change my mouse speed, and 100 works for me. I do not have my mouse inverted, and my computer is not touchscreen, so my attack button is left click. My drop item button is B. By default, it's going to be Q, but I put my drop item button at B because when I was fighting really quickly back in the 1.6 days when you had to double tap W, sometimes I would need to sprint really fast and I'd hit Q by accident, drop my sword, and then lose the fight because I had dropped my sword. So I put B, which is really far away. A question I get a lot is how do you drop a bunch of items at once? Such as maybe like 10 cookies instead of hitting B 10 times or dragging the thing out of your inventory. If you hold left control and you drop item button, all the items will drop out at one time. It's pretty cool. Pick block. This is for creative mode. Right shift. Sprint is left shift because if you put your ring finger on A, your middle on W, and your pointer on D, your pinky lines right up with the left shift key, and it makes it really easy to PvP. And right click is use item / place block. Hotbar slot and inventory is the default 1 through 9 and E. I don't know what most of these do. I don't know what that does. F2 takes a screenshot. Cinematic camera I just don't like messing with, so I just put some random key. F11's full screen. Toggle perspective is Q, just so by default this is going to be F5, but since drop item is at B, I just put it at Q so it's at my fingertips. Zoom, this is an Optifine feature. I have that at F. Jump is space. Sneak is R because it's right next to the E key and I can reach it easily with my hand. WASD is to move. List of players is tab. Open chat is T, which is the default. And Z is open command because I don't have to like reach all the way over to my / key. I can just move my ring finger down. I don't have to like move my hand back and forth on the keyboard for that. And then those, I just have it something. I actually need to readjust that. Okay. So those are my controls. Language is English, America, or English, US, whatever. Shaders. I have all these shader packs installed. I don't know why I have so many. The one I use is Series V 10.1 Ultra Motion Blur. And yeah, but I'm just going to keep it at none. These I don't really mess with, but just pause the video and keep it at that if you want it to be that. Multiplayer settings, chat is shown, colors are on, web links on, all that stuff. Resource packs, obviously I have my MC_with_Liam pack, but if I went into that, you'd have to wait 30 seconds. And snooper settings, I don't really know what that does. And other than that, guys, I think that's pretty much all my Minecraft settings. So now I think we're going to go to my recording and editing settings. Okay, so when I want to record a video, this is what my second monitor looks like. The game is on my main monitor, of course, but this is what the second monitor looks like. This is what my Facecam program looks like. I'm not too fond of it. It's not really that good of a Facecam. It's called Live Central 3, something like that. It runs in 720p. I can set it to like 30 FPS and stuff like that over there. Here, let me pull up Fraps again. We'll get to Fraps in a sec. Can also snap photos, which I can use for like Facecam thumbnails. And I didn't really mess with any of these side settings. So when I have to record a video, I'll hit record on the Facecam and then just play the game. And when it's done, I hit the end record button for the game and come over here to my Facecam. And so here's how my game runs. I use Fraps to record. It makes the picture quality really good, but it takes up a lot of computer space. So I wouldn't recommend using it if you got a small computer, like maybe a 128 gigabyte hard drive. I know those exist. That you wouldn't be able to run a Minecraft video that long. I don't really mess with any of these. The movies one is the main one I have. It saves to this folder. All of them go to that folder. My F4 key is my capture hotkey, which I have to one of my side keys. I'll get to that in a sec. I record in 30 FPS, so shaders still look good. I don't split the movie every 4 gigabytes. It records Windows 7 sound. And I can record my headphone. It records my headphone microphone, and it hides the mouse cursor in the video in case you guys didn't know. So those are my recording settings, and now I'm going to show you guys how I edit my videos. Okay, this is how I edit my videos. I use a program called Camtasia Studio 8. So this is my 178th SG, my 1000 wins that I'm just going to show you guys. And this program is one that's easy to pick up and use if you're not that experienced. I'll have a link in the description below. You can pay for it or just torrent it. Either way works fine. It doesn't really matter. And it's just the program that's easy to pick up and use if you don't really want to figure out a bunch of stuff. I wouldn't use this, though, if I was making a montage or an intro or something. So you can come up here and change the dimensions. I have mine at 1920 and 1080 because that's 1080p. I have this set to shrink to fit so I can see the preview nice and pretty. And what you do is you hit import media. So I have my face cam border. That was a screenshot I used in the episode. We got my audio here, the outro song, and the music for the episode. This is the face cam capture, the game capture, the previous game, the intro, and the outro. So if, you just drag and drop everything into here. So we have the intro running, and then over here, the game. Based on how this works, whatever is closer to the bottom of the screen is what's on the bottom of up here. So the game capture is the background. And then we have my face cam below it. Then the border to surround the face cam so it looks like it's right in the box. And then we have the music up here. And then if I go all the way to the end of the video, okay, that was a little glitch. Anyway, I have this, when I get to the end of the video, I have the outro timed in a special way. So the outro is this long, and basically I match the end of the outro with the end of the hope. That's my outro song now, right there. And then I extend it here, and I bring the cursor to here. I go over here to audio, click on hope, and I add an audio point here and then drag this down so it creates that building effect in the audio. So it'll automatically have an audio point here, which I drag to 0. So slowly as the video plays out, it builds up. And then I just shorten my music track down to here, and then that's good. And then I just add this video, and I can make it bigger or smaller in that way. So that's pretty much how everything works. Anything you see over here, you can just drag around, and I'm not going to save this. I'll tell Camtasia not to save. You can just move it around or whatever. It's pretty cool and pretty easy to use. I've never found an easier recording software. So now I'm going to show you guys my mouse and keyboard settings, and then that'll be it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys my Razer settings. This is a picture of what my keyboard looks like, and I'm using Razer Synapse right now. The only keys I have configured are the M keys, and those are F4, F5, F6, F8, and F9. I have those at my convenience, so if I open OBS over here, if I want to switch quickly between, I have this bound to a hotkey, which is F4, so I have M1 next to it, and M4 is bound to that, and I have it labeled there, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does. Oh, whoops, I dragged that weird. Let me just drag that back over here and close it out. So I have those set to those keys to make it easy, and F9 is the stop stream button. I don't really have any changes there. And then the Black Widow, the Death Adder, this is my mouse. My left click is 1, my right click is 2, the scroll wheel is 5, which is my flint and steel, the back of the 2 buttons is 3, which is my fishing rod, and 5, which is 1, is my sword. Scroll wheel is up and down, which is kind of the basic one. Performance, I have it at 800 DPI, and which means dots per inch up here. And my acceleration is 0, and then lighting and calibration I did not change, and there's nothing too important about the headphones. You can just change that with your system. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for 250 subscribers. It really does mean a lot. Hopefully you got a lot out of this video, and it answered some of your burning questions. So I will see you guys next time. Let's hope we get to 300 soon. and I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for watching today's settings video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.